Good afternoon, everyone. So it's a small video. A lot of students had asked about what is the applicability of Set C and Set D. Especially the confusion was around students who have written CA IPCC or IPCC plus CA Inter or IPCC PCC. A lot of combinations are there. So I personally checked this thing with one of the Central Council members and also in the examination department. So here is the clarification, and this is finally confirmed. In fact, earlier I was thinking that if you have cleared CA Inter or IPCC by November 23, C and D would be exempted, and that is the stand I had also taken. But after checking with ICAI, what appears is, and please remember, this is for students who have earlier written IPCC or written PCC or doing CA Inter old and new. So there is a lot of confusion, as I told you, for Set C and D. So in this video, I will be covering Set C and D applicability for all of you. Set C and Set D applicability, right? Now, first thing is, if you have written or if you have passed IPCC all 7 papers or IPCC some papers in CA Inter under the old scheme, I would say 2017 scheme, or CA Inter under 2017 scheme plus you will write some more papers in 24 scheme. For example, here you have written group 1 and here you have written, let us say, unit 2D. Okay. Now, what we need to check is, if you have written CA final in November 23 or before that, okay, whether you have passed in whichever years you have passed, if you have written CA final in November 23, then what institute has said is C and D is exempted, means you have to write the exams. Okay. Now, if you have not written the exams in November 23 or before that, even though if you have cleared, let us say, IPCC 7 papers, okay, and you are eligible to write November 23, but you did not write, sir, are such cases possible? Yes, I have at least 5 or 6 students who have personally messaged me that for multiple reasons they have passed CA IPCC or they have passed CA Inter under the old syllabus, that is 2007 syllabus, right? And they were eligible to write November 23, but for some reason they did not write. Now, if you have not written examination of CA final before November 23 or up to November 23, then C and D applicability has to be checked with respect to number of papers. Meaning to say, if you have written in November 23 or if you have written before that, if you have written in November 23 or if you have written before that, then no problem, it is exempted. But if you have not written in November 23 or before November 23, then you have to see how many papers have you passed in IPCC, Inter, new syllabus, old syllabus, all put together, how many papers have you passed? If you have passed 8 papers, both are exempted. If you have passed 7 papers, one of them is exempted. If you have passed 6 papers, you have to write both C and D. I hope it is clear. So the cutoff criteria is November 23 CA final examination you should have written, or you should have written an examination of CA final before that. Okay, if you have written that, C and D is exempt. I am again repeating, if you have written, only then C and D is exempt. If you have not written, then check 8 papers, 7 papers or 6 papers, and accordingly you will decide whether C and D will be applicable. Okay. Earlier, a lot of us were under the notion that if you have qualified IPCC, which is equivalent to CA Inter, hence automatically C and D should be exempted, but institute has not taken this stance. Okay. So if you are one of those students, I hope this is useful. If you have your friends, please do share it with your friend circle so that they are clear as to they have to write C and D. And one more important thing, you need to pass the Set A, Set B, Set C, Set D, A and B before filing the examination form. Okay, so that is one more thing I would like to bring to your notice. Thanks for watching. Do share with your friends who are under that specific category. Thank you.